problema. Save it on the desktop.
They gave me Kevin right after the game. That was bet there. Oh, really? And the one after the game was Kevin. At least I got Kevin. Kevin was on. What's up? Kevin got a TV.
Was that a veteran, championship veteran news, fire up your team? Those are good all the time. I've done that before. It's fun. It's fun to get tossed, just to piss off the team. The real bad thing is when you get tossed and the team like doesn't care, like that's when they're losing. Yeah.
No, you're not. I can eat something. I'm good. I eat shit else. Till tomorrow. Like, maybe
Damn, bro. I should've. I need something.
10 a.m.
Damn. I don't eat that. What?
Wow.
That PBJ sandwich tomorrow morning. Get that PBJ sandwich tomorrow morning. 6 o'clock on the dot. Hell of pizza.
That's what I said. It's okay.
I'm only taking the first 2 portions.
You delete all of them? Oh, no, you didn't even delete the stuff.
Oh, because I don't like, I need to know where to put it, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, you just, yeah.
Oh, I don't do the whole thing. I just do the on part. And I told you I bought my sister an Apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, she didn't even know what a damn camera was. She didn't even know the thing had a camera. Because everything she does for her work is online. So she was like, this thing doesn't have a camera. I was like, yes, it does. It's a $2,000 laptop. You trying to tell me this shit don't have a camera? You tripping. So she finally found it. She had to play with it a little bit. She don't know nothing about Apple. Like, girl, you wanted an Apple. Don't know nothing about it. That's why I stick to my HP, okay? I keep it on touchscreen, not a touchscreen. See, you gotta do all the same thing. I hope so. Grant access. Touching things I don't know nothing about.
No, it won't let you.
I was just trying to do other things.
Just don't leave it up there and have to save it.
It's on autosave.
Oh, shit.
Malik, how does it feel just to get back in the win column tonight and do it in great fashion at the free throw line, something we've been talking about for a while now?
The win feels great, man. Free throws going to happen. You go through a little slump throughout every career, throughout every year, too. So we're not worried about that. Well, I wasn't, but it feels great to definitely get the win, man.
Malik, what did it take to kind of get HB going so early? I know he's had a little bit of an up and down season.
3 off days.
Were you guys kind of in his ear at all?
3 off days. Just make sure you ask Mike that and tell him I said what it does. So we just need to get HB a few more off days. Hopefully he do this pretty often.
Sure, I'll be sure to do that. And then just, I know a lot of the focus have been on things that you guys can control and obviously closing out games tonight. Just how well do you feel you guys kept the foot on the pedal there?
Oh, yeah, it was great, man. Basketball, the game of runs, and they made their run. And we usually fold when another team make the run and let them all the way back in it. And like you said, we didn't fold. We kept our foot on their necks tonight and finally finished the game how we supposed to.
Malik, the bench had 42 points tonight. You did say you wasn't worried about that. Can you talk a little bit about what y'all were doing in that second unit?
Just being us, man. I think every time we go out there, we bring like a little spark, or at least I try to bring the spark. Davion finally got back in the rotation and did a great job, especially on the defensive end, and he was decisive on offense. So that's just us being our group, man, just picking back up on the starters.
Malik, how much did you guys need this to just kind of get out of the funk, and why was it so important to do it tonight?
Oh, yeah, it was great, man. I don't know. I've been in terrible situations, man, so 4 games ain't nothing to me. It's good to get back on the winning column, man, and everybody is nagging. But I thought we was the same record as last year. So, I mean, but, yeah, it's great. It's great to get the win, especially in this fashion. The fans weren't booing us tonight, so that was good, too.
Malik, you had a team-high 8 assists, and it seems like you constantly at this point make the right read in pick-and-roll situations. How comfortable do you feel as a facilitator?
I've been handling the ball, playing on the ball my whole life, man, like I've been saying before. So I'm just thankful Mike let me play the one sometimes and let me see the ball and let everybody know. Let me show everybody what I can do. But, yeah, I'm super comfortable coming off the ball, having the ball. It don't matter.
The other day you mentioned being on a string, really important for you guys defensively. Does this feel like one of the better nights that you guys were doing that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely was one of those nights. If somebody falls down, the next guy got to pick them up. If we miss a rotation, the next guy got to be there, and we did that tonight.
Malik, yesterday we saw you guys or Saturday we saw you sing "Happy Birthday" to JaVale. How crazy is it to watch a player like that at 36 get up and dunk and
Get a tech.
have all that fun and get a tech?
It was all right. Nah, it's fun, man. He brings a lot of energy to the team, man. Other than what I do, he brings something else besides on the court. He brings another jokester, always laughing. So it's always great to have him around because he's never sad, never down, always smiling. But it's great to see him out there catching lobs and still running as old as he is.
Malik, I could be wrong. I don't remember this season seeing the lineup of you, Fox, and Davion all on the floor at the same time. Just curious your thoughts on just how that unit works and how fun it is playing with 2 other capable ball handlers.
Oh, yeah, man. We just get out fast, way faster than normal. Everybody's unselfish, so we pass the ball up, and the game's just going way faster. And I think other teams can't keep up with the speed. So it was pretty nice. It felt good out there.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate y'all. Oh, fuck.
Keegan Dunn. Yeah, you know you jinxed us.
said, yo, my alarm going off. I said, get the ain't nowhere the hell that was 8 hours. Ain't nowhere that was 8 hours. No, no. What kind of 8 hours is this? This about 4. Like, this ain't the same 8 hours they were talking about. This can't be the 8 hours they say you need to sleep. They lying up. That's up. So I mean, like, this ain't the same 8 hours I got back in the day. You know, when your parents are go to bed on time. This like, you're like, no, it's too early, I'm not ready. Now I'm in bed by 8, don't play. 8:30 is late, baby.
It's hard staying up after 8:30 when you ain't got nothing to do.
Once I start yawning at 9,
Man, it's a wrap.
that was me today. As soon as I yawn, I know it's 9 o'clock before I even look at the clock. It's 9. I yawn and I'm like, yo, look at the clock. Yep. 9 o'clock.
Knew it about that time.
No, it's 9 o'clock. Time to get ready to go to bed. Must be nice. What was that? What she said? She said we're gonna do coaching at Domantas. I said, Kings. She's gonna do coach and then.
I thought KC was going to lose to the Dolphins for the weather. And I cannot believe Buffalo do that. It's fully. But you know what, like, he makes that play, Austin hasn't had someone from like a billion. Like, this is, it's hard to, you can't leave that dude over a minute and think he's not going to be able to get a field goal in the middle.
Or was it because you're finally like, okay. Before it was like, here's shit, thanks. I'm sitting back there. We get a win, now you guys are back up front. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Please don't, please edit that part out. It's not good. Hey, yeah, I thought our guys, man, they defended really well. They did some stuff out there defensively that I know we're capable of doing night in, night out. Your coverages are going to break down from game to game, and that's when you just got to cover for one another. And I thought our guys did a fantastic job covering for one another. Even a guy like Domas, a couple of times guys were wide open, especially in the first half, on the wing because our rotations got screwed up or whatever, and Domas just saw somebody open on the perimeter and he flew at him and contested a shot, and you live with the results. But we were flying around defensively, and it's great to see. I mean, it's a good team, and they score 107 points on 39% from the field. That's really good for us. And I keep saying this. If we defend now, will we defend like that, hold everybody to 39%? No. And I'm sure Atlanta feels like they missed some shots, but that's what it takes in today's game is, some guys some teams have to miss shots at times, but we're not going to hold everybody to 39%. Having said that, we didn't play great offensively. We played really, really good. And, if you look at our three guys, Keegan and Domas and Foxy, they were 14 for 22, 32, 38 or something like that. And we still scored 122 points. But, you know, when you defend like that, it gives you energy, it gives you juice, and it can help you in a game where you don't have the production, the high volume production from your top three scorers. So heck of a job on the defense end of the floor. And, you know, to top that off, I thought JaVale came off the bench and gave us a lift defensively. I thought Trey gave us a lift defensively. I thought Malik was good, too, defensively. He did a lot of good things on that end of the floor. But Davion was really good. He ended up getting our defensive player of the game, and it was well-deserved because his ball pressure throughout the course of the game when he was in really changed the flow of the game for us. It got us out in transition and gave us a boost of confidence that we needed. So he was really, really good, especially defensively. But, you know, at the end of the day, having a guy like HB step up for us the way he did, I thought he was really aggressive. And, you know, he scored in multiple areas on the floor tonight, and that was a lot of fun to see.
Mike, building off that a little bit with HB, I mean, it's been a season of up and downs with him. It's been a season of up and downs with the team in general. But from your perspective and in your seat there courtside, what did you see and what do you notice is different about HB in these kind of performances versus nights like the other night where he only takes 2 shots and only finishes with 2 points?
You know, I thought the pop was there. He was really aggressive. You know, if he felt like he was open, he stepped in and shot the ball. If the guy closed out on him a little too hard or he thought he could go around him, he went around him. And if he got an angle to the rim, then he was drawing the foul or looking to score it. So seeing him being as aggressive as he was tonight was good because we needed it with the way that our big three shot the ball. So, and then on top of that, you know, once he got going like that, we started going to him. And down the stretch, we basically went to him 3 or 4 straight times, or called his number 3 or 4 straight times, and good things happened almost every time he touched the ball. So he had a great game from start to finish on the offense end of the floor for us.
Coach, going back to the defensive side of the ball, you know, Kevin Durant was asked the other day about the Suns' improvement there and basically said, we just decided we were going to be better. You know, you see the effort tonight. Is that one of those things where at this level, guys can just say, hey, we need to play harder and then go out and do it?
You know, I think our guys have, for the most part, been playing hard during the course of the year. Just, you know, over the last week or so, you know, I felt that we started to do things better on that end of the floor. And when things did break down, we're recognizing how to cover for one another. And you know, and the right way to fly around when we cover for one another. But I do, having said all that, for us it's a little different, but I do believe in what Katie said. I think you can I think you can have almost any defensive scheme you want with your team. If your team communicates very well, they bring a sense of physicality to the game, and they give multiple efforts. No matter how you tell them your rotations are going to have to happen, if they do those things and they believe in each other and they do it at the highest level, they can be that particular team can be a great defensive team. You know, because a lot of it is that right there.
Mike, Malik told us to tell you that it was 3 days off. That's why Harrison had such a big night. Is there something to that?
We did not give him 3 days off because you guys came to practice and saw us practice. So Malik is wrong. But now the NBA gave us 3 days in between games. If he was talking about that, he needs to call them or tell you guys to send that message to them. But, you know, yeah, you know, maybe that you'd have to ask HB, but maybe not playing a game for 3 days maybe helped him get his legs or body. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but it for sure was not 3 days off. Malik Monk.
Coach, just seeing the way, you guys closed out, there was a lot of focus on the past few games where you haven't been able to have that moment to close out. Is this a big step forward for that?
Yeah, it's huge, because, like I said, those losses were tough. They hurt, but it also made us reflect on what we're doing, starting with me. And so I had to watch the game and break it down and give these guys answers as to what should happen on both ends of the floor. And tonight was probably the first time that there was a comfort level in a while where there was a comfort level in all of us, starting with me, knowing what we're going to do offensively with the basketball and then how we're going to defend defensively. So those losses hurt. They still hurt. But at the end of the day, during the season, in my opinion, you have to go through that because you have to look in the mirror to see if you're doing what you need to do. Each person, again, start with me, each person doing what they need to do to go win a ball game, especially if it's tight down the stretch.
You mentioned getting better at covering for each other defensively. Where do you kind of see that? Is that knowing each other and strengths and weaknesses? Is it communicating X's outs? Where do you kind of see that?
No, it's just like if somebody gets hit with a screen, and if they get hit with the screen, so you're not getting through every screen. Sometimes you may get stuck. Sometimes you may fall. Sometimes you may make the wrong rotation when you go to double team, therefore leaving somebody open. And if somebody's open, then if I'm the nearest guy, it may not be my rotation, but I gotta go. I gotta fly at this open shooter here, and I gotta know that, okay, I'm gonna go contest this shot here. Somebody's gonna have my back, and we're gonna keep giving them multiple efforts and keep communicating until we come up with the ball and/or finish the play with the rebound.
Mike, quick follow-up to the Harrison question from earlier. You mentioned the aggressiveness that he started this game with. I know there's only so many shots to go around, and you've talked before. He has to kind of fill a role with that starting unit with other guys getting their touches. Is it difficult to ask for Harrison to be that aggressive as he was tonight in consistently throughout games when he doesn't know when those touches are going to come or those opportunities are going to come? Is that hard to ask a player?
Yeah, it is, because if you think about most of HB's career, he spent a lot of time getting the ball like he did down the stretch. Get him into the post or get him at the nail. So it was a lot of play calls that he had for him. And, we have a lot of guys on this team that can score, especially score on the flow. And we want to play fast. So I can't manipulate it from the sidelines, because if I start 5 up, this and that, then it's going to slow us down. And that's not how we want to play. And so he, as well as everybody else, is going to have to find their shot in the flow of the game. The tough part about it is he very seldom brings it. Sometimes it may not get to him because as soon as we're open, we want to let that thing fly. And so the ball may not always get to him. So, and then, you got Fox, you got Domas, you got Malik, Keegan taking high volume, and then you have Kevin. And Malik probably next, and so it's a little tough for HB, but he's definitely a guy that you could throw the ball to when you need a basket, because he's going to get a good look, and/or he's going to get to the free throw line. So he's got to keep doing what he's doing to be aggressive and finding his spots like he did tonight to start the game, and then he's just got to be ready, which he is going to be ready if his number's called like it was down the stretch tonight.
Hi, Mike. De'Aaron started the season so well, and, recently there's been a little bit of a dip in his production, and then there was a little bit of, like a 2-week period where he really didn't speak publicly. What's your read on kind of what he's going through, whether it's physically or mentally? Just are you seeing him behind the scenes as steady and doing the things he's always done, or how are you viewing him in that situation right now?
Yeah, he's still getting his extra work in. He's been great in practice. He's been fine. he started the season at such an elite level, and I think he can get to a point where he can be pretty close to that throughout most of the year. But he's still a really young player, and he's going to go through his quote unquote ups and his downs. And right now it's the dog days of the season, and not everybody is going to. Kevin went through it, so not everybody's going to play at the level that they think they should, or everyone else thinks that they should. So as long as he's staying with it, which he is, and continuing to put his work in, he's our guy. He's done it for us over and over and over again. He'll find his way back to where he was close to the beginning of the year. Is that it? Oh, thanks.
Did you send it to yourself again? Huh? Did you send it to yourself? How long do I wait?
Till it fixes it. Type of way, though.
Type of way. I'm getting the shortest questions. I'll tell you that right now.
I already put the first one. First one was
That was the first question?
after his statement.
This is a statement.
Yeah,
Right?
let me,
This thing done or what?
did Nathaniel put it in the queue?
It's like refreshing, not close out.
Whatever. Maybe that'll work. No, it's still all the way authenticated. That'll work.
When you send me the queue folder, did you send it to me and Nathaniel? Or just to me?
Well, that shit's 13 minutes. Jesus Christ.
And then for some
But
reason.
this thing is taking too long for me.
Wait, I told you to do it.
What?
You send it.
I got time. Anybody got time for it? Your dude is quick. Shouldn't probably do that. Here we go. Is it Command C or Command V? What is it? Copy Command C. Let's see if I can Let's do this. Whoops. This thing didn't connect? This thing not connecting. Bluetooth. Why am I connected to you? Alright, I'm good now.
Domas, I know 4 games, not great to be losing, but again, you guys have the same record that you guys had at this time last year. Just to get back to your winning ways, how good was that feeling, and knowing that, maybe the sky isn't really falling, even though it kind of feels like it is?
Yeah, no, it feels great. It feels great to get a win, and the fans haven't got a one in a long time here, so it's definitely a great feeling.
How big was it to close out down the stretch tonight?
It was great. They made a late push. They got very talented players there, and we locked in together. And we got it done.
And then the 20 boards. I mean, I know you've had it several times, but to do it against a team like that, especially with a guy like Capella, just how important was that?
They did a good job defensively taking things away on the offense. So I just had to make myself help the team in other ways. And just get the boards, push the ball. Get offensive rebounds. All that stuff.
Yeah, Domas, what do you feel like was working for you guys defensively tonight?
We were just talking. We were communicating. We locked in on the assignment. We were up. The big got below sometimes. Weak side was there. We were Xing out. We worked on that these last couple of days. And it showed today.
Domas, Harrison sometimes gets left out of the sort of cycle of passes and shots. Just how big was it for him to step up in a moment where some of you guys weren't having a great shooting night?
It's great. That's on us. How we say it. He's always ready. He's one of the most professional guys on the team. Stays ready, does all the work, even more. And we just got to find him more in those situations, because most of the nights he does have a mismatch.
I might laugh at this, but free throws, just to see him actually go down tonight and, only miss 2 or 3 of them, just how good was that? Do you feel like that was a difference at all?
Probably was a difference. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even know how much we missed or made. We go up there, we try to make them, so same as usual every night.
Domas, to kind of piggyback on the HB question, what stands out in games like this when probably his best game since opening night, as opposed to other nights when he's not as aggressive?
It's just we have more options. We're dangerous. We have more options. Other guys can score. Like I said, most of the nights he does have a mismatch on him, and we just got to look for that, call the right plays, and for him to be aggressive in them.
Domas, how you've talked about how you guys needed to stop this after 4 games. I think it's not the first time you've said, like, we can't let it get to 5. How much did you guys need this tonight, and why was that so important?
It was big, especially going into our longest road trip of the season. Get a win at home, to start things off right, and just get ready going into a tough opponent.
Una victoria importante, Domas, especialmente porque se recupera la confianza y se evita caer en la tabla de posiciones, ¿no?
Sí, claro, queríamos ganar este partido para, como tú has dicho, que estamos en séptimo, sexto, algo así ahora, y tenemos que seguir ganando porque somos un equipo competitivo y tenemos que estar allí arriba.
Back to English. Sorry to be boring. Domas, you've been here for much of De'Aaron's ascension into this superstardom, especially with the start of the season that he's had. I'm curious, from your perspective, he seems to be in a little bit of a funk right now, but how has he continued to impress you or lead, or what are the things that he's been doing over the last handful of weeks while the numbers may not be there, but he's still leading?
I don't think he's in a funk. He's playing the right way. He's making the right reads, getting guys involved. He's leading. Teams are throwing everything at him. He's averaging 30 points, so teams these last couple of games are throwing different defenses at him. He's doing a great job of running the plays. Coach calls a lot of plays, like tonight was for HB. So we're a great team, so there's many different players that can show up every other night, and he's the one leading. He's the head of the snake with the ball, so this doesn't happen without him. So, whatever he ended up with tonight, I don't even know, but we won because of him.
Domantas, JaVale McGee, the bench scored 42 points tonight, and he kind of got in and got things kind of rolling. What are your thoughts about, playing with JaVale this season?
He's a vet. He stays ready, just like HB. Those guys stay ready. They know when their number is going to be called, and they come out and play at a high level. And today he showed that.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Rooms open. Sasha and JaVale still available.
Everybody else is gone, Chen?
I don't know. They might have gone to shower and might come back now, but I just knew those two for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.